Greetings, everyone. My name is Marie Singleton, and I would like to share my instructional design project with you today. I am currently employed at a local shelter where I work as a CLA, that stands for Community Living Assistant. As CLAs, we attend to the needs of the clients. So we answer questions, we refer them to the proper services or the proper individuals if we can't help them readily. We also monitor the facilities for safety and do some conflict resolution. We talk with the clients and encourage them, sometimes pray with them, show them some love. But most importantly, we reinforce the community living guidelines because we want to ensure that all clients live in a peaceful environment. Some of the areas that the guidelines cover include food, safety, curfew, medication, morning exits, and the like. One of the problems that we have is that some clients fail to comply with the community living guidelines. And this is a problem because so many occurrences like that cause them to lose their beds. When a client is discharged from the facility, it's not just the bed that they lose, but they also lose services, privileges like being able to take a shower in a clean area, have regular meals, and benefit from other services. Non-compliance with the rules is a very serious problem, not just for the clients, but also for us as CLAs. We do care for the ladies and we want to be able to see them finish their program, remain at the shelter, and complete the services that they need so that they can recover and reintegrate our society with their own means. As I've thought about ways to help the clients be more compliant with the rules, this project design exercise really came in handy. It came as a great opportunity to test different ways that we could maybe help the ladies understand the rules better, because some may not understand what they are asked to do, what they are being asked to do, and they may not break the rules on purpose. So I thought it would be a good thing to try to find ways to help them be more compliant. So I decided to create a course which I entitled Successful Community Living. And it has a simple goal. My hope is that at the end of all the units that constitute this course, the clients will be able to demonstrate their ability to comply with all aspects of the community living guidelines. The first unit of the course has to do with time management, and at the end of all the lessons, the client should be able to demonstrate improved time management skills by applying the weekly schedule in a timely manner. The time management unit is divided into two subunits, which are in turn divided into lessons. The objective of the first subunit is for clients to create a weekly personal schedule that will fit with the overall community living schedule. The goal here is to avoid every conflict in the schedule. This assignment focuses particularly on lesson 3 of the subunit, and here clients have to do some trip planning. They have to determine distances between point A and point B, because oftentimes they leave the facility and they go for doctor's appointments, or they go to look for a job or meet with their advisors and that kind of stuff. And they need to be able to plan their trips to make sure that they have enough time when they leave so that they can come back on time for whatever scheduled activities they have at the shelter. Lesson 3 was originally designed as a flipped classroom, meaning that clients would have been expected to go online on the website that I created, a Canvas page that I created, to read some documents, view some videos, possibly post questions or comments under the discussion page. And then we will meet at a later time face to face so that we could go over the assignments, do some more learning together. Well, for a first attempt, this was more challenging than I expected. So it didn't happen as a flipped classroom. I turned the whole thing into an online experience. So that was my first challenge. My first challenge was to determine the right format for the class. So we did meet online. And the second challenge is that I didn't have as many people responding to the emails and come into the session as I expected. But we were still able to do some work and get some things done. So we had a one-time session online where the ladies were asked to go and review the material. So I ended up having to guide them into the process of accessing Canvas and opening the documentation, find the files, find the videos, review them, and that kind of stuff. So we did the lesson online and by phone because I also had to call in some people who did not know what to do. That right there taught me the value of learners analysis and knowing the characteristics of the learners, because my learners are computer savvy in a way, but I guess they were not familiar with Canvas, so it took them a minute to open the page and find the assignments and do the work. So we spent more time even going through the guiding process. We also had to go over lesson 1 and 2 because these were prerequisites for lesson 3. There were some documents that I was supposed to create over the course of these 2 lessons. For example, they had to make a list of the activities that were already required for them to attend in the overall community living schedule. And then in addition, for lesson 2, they had to create their own set of activities for the following week, which means that they would have whatever was required of them and whatever they had scheduled for themselves. So they were supposed to bring the list of these 2 set of activities so that we could do the trip planning and to make sure that there will be no interference between those activities. So for the sake of time, I gave them an overview of the content of the articles they were supposed to read, and then I gave them a few minutes to watch the videos on their own. They were short videos, so they took a minute to do that. And one was particularly beneficial, and it was about truck drivers and scheduling the different activities in their routes and different delivery places to make sure that they will be on time. So everything was taken into consideration, like when to stop for gas, when to stop for rest, when to stop for food, how much time it would take to unload a truck or load a truck and go from one location to the next. So seeing the way they do it kind of put it in perspective, even at the personal level. I also uploaded an assessment tool online. It was a 5-day trip planning form that the ladies were asked to fill out at the end based on the 2 documents that were created and inspired by the videos that we watched and the document that we read. They were asked to take a minute and go over the assessment tool. They didn't have to complete it because of the time, but we started it and then they were asked to finish it so that we could use it for lesson 4. And lesson 4 would be about creating the actual schedule, the actual personal schedule that would incorporate both the ladies' personal activities and the activities that are scheduled by the shelter. This was a great experience for me, challenging, time consuming, but really fulfilling, even for myself. And I hope to be able to do a lot more instructional design projects like that. It was a good experience overall. What I take from it is that I have to be more careful when it comes to learners' characteristics, when it comes to choosing the right format for my classes, for my lessons. I also have to be mindful of the time, of people's availability, and my own, making sure that things are well coordinated. That's the formative evaluation I do of my lesson. And for the summative evaluation, I think that I might consider doing the whole thing online. And also, instead of having a subunit, I might have upscale one of the units as a course by itself, the time management being a course by itself, rather than putting it under the successful community living course. Hope you enjoyed my session, and I thank you all for watching.